My educational history is I grew up in the north side. My wife likes to call me an avenue baby. I went to Lindbergh, Rubidoux, and Lafayette. My high school counselor at Lafayette, Miss Terry Johnson, who most educators here in St. Joe knew and absolutely love, she always reminded me that she thought I would become a great teacher. I just appreciate the fact that she trusted in me and believed in me to pursue something like that. Sometimes I don't always follow the curriculum. I think we have to go beyond that sometimes. There's stuff in a textbook that, yeah, history is important. What we're teaching them is important, but they need to understand current events. They need to understand what's going on in our community. They need to understand what's going on in our country, because my goal as a teacher is not for them to know who the presidents are or who won what war. It's for them to understand that they need to be a productive citizen in society. If I can accomplish that goal of them going out being a positive role model in our community, in our country, that's my number one goal. Many students bring in a lot of baggage into our classrooms, and once I realized that I need to start meeting them where they are versus allowing them or wanting them to be where I'm at. Early on in my career, I was expecting them to do things immediately. And now I've taken a step back and say, okay, I'm going to meet them where they are and then work with them to get them to the point where I want them to be by the end of the year. The worst time of the year is the last day of school, because I've spent the last 9 months getting to know these students, spend 7.5 hours of my day with them. Not that I'm sad, but I know next year I'm going to start all over again. These kids don't know me. I don't know them. I've got to understand what's going on in their head sometimes. And if we build that relationship and rapport with these students, they'll really bend over backwards for you. They'll work hard. They'll do what you ask. Then they show respect. In my classroom, I give lots of quizzes that are comprehensive based on my word wall. So we were talking about the 13 colonies, and we were discussing the word persecution. And immediately, since I teach middle school, a lot of kids get persecution and prosecution mixed up. And when I ask what is persecution, they say it's being arrested and tried before a judge. And I explain to them, no, that's prosecution. Persecution is being mistreated. So during our quiz, I ask on question 11, please name a word that we have where you go in front of a judge because you have been accused of a crime. We go through 1 through 10, and then we get to number 11, which was the current event. And one student raises their hand and says, Mr. Korell, they have spelled prosecution wrong. So me being curious, well, how'd they spell it? I mean, of course, this is middle school. They spell a lot of things wrong. So they start going on, Prostitution. So now I immediately start thinking that this isn't the end of it, okay? Because now I know these students are going to go home and mom or dad's going to ask, so what'd you learn in school today? And they're going to say, well, we talked in Mr. Korell's class, we talked about prostitution. So I have to inform them, no, we are not talking about this.